Hello everybody, I'm Anchovek and welcome back. Well, welcome to Flappy Bird, or just a Greek bird. I don't know, I haven't named this game yet. Okay, so essentially what we're gonna be doing today is gonna be another one of those game development, kind of quote-unquote streams, where it's just gonna be mostly unedited and I'm just gonna be here and I'll make a game. I think that's pretty reasonable. So I'm doing a Flappy Bird game today because I don't know. Flappy Bird's cool. Okay, Flappy Bird's cool. You gotta give it that. And we're gonna be trying to add some things and do progress on this game. So as you can see, I have some stuff here already. I already have like a bunch of scripts and the base game is made. So if I like hit play and show you what we got, we have jumping, we have a score counter, and then like regular pillars that are what is this, like Ionian pillars, I think? Yeah, I don't remember what I based this off of because I'm obviously just a Greek historian. I have to do some like history brain rot in this, and then I have a game over animation and a game over screen with a try again button that obviously works because I'm a based and I can make the shit very easily. Trust, this thing totally did not take 2 days to make. Yeah, so I'm gonna be, so unlike with like the other videos, I'm gonna be more organized today. So I'll create a to-do list right now and I'll show you what we're gonna be making today. So let's open up the terminal here and let's do nano to-do list. .txt obviously, because you know, let's maximize and then let's do this. So here we're gonna be doing the to-do list. So number one, I want to add a background. Okay, essentially background as in, like, as you can see, like here it's just a blue thing, like as you can see it's just blue, which actually I don't actually know how I changed that. I think it was in the camera here. Yeah, so it's here. So you can change the color from here. Let me just copy this and then just move it around. I can make a Y and you'll get flash banged. So warning here and bum. My eyes. Please take this off my screen. Oh my, no, okay. I accidentally did Control Shift V to paste. I'm so cooked. Let's see, please tell me it's all good. Okay. Almost did Control W to close it. How do you save again? I forgot. Never mind. So yeah, I want to add a background essentially. That's the first thing I want to do. The second thing is find an open source music app and make a level theme. Because currently at the moment, if I show you this, I don't actually have a music app. I only have a OBS Studio Dash to record things, and I don't have a music app, which sucks because essentially FL Studio doesn't exist on Linux, which is too bad, I guess, but I think that we can certainly find something if we put our minds to it. What other things do I really want to make? Well, I probably want to add like a victory screen here. So let's do like victory. I think that like a victory thing is going to be cool. I think like if you reach a certain amount of score, you get like a golden or diamond pipe and then you go through it and then it says you win. Which then it's just gonna be like that. But you know, so not really sure what I want to do after that point. Probably if I have enough time, I would then try to get some other stuff done. Oh, and some visual changes. So let's quickly save and then let's open it again so we have it inside of our screen. And yeah, let's immediately get into it. So the first thing that we're gonna do is we're gonna do these visual changes because, you know, I want to do this. So if you know, I don't know if you know this, but right now it obviously says score, which is kind of ugly. It's kind of ugly, okay? Don't get me wrong. It's descriptive, but it's kind of ugly. So, I will try to make it a bit more aesthetically pleasing. And how I plan to do this is via a way where if we just type here Baldi's Basics plus 0.10, here if we go with Baldi's Basics plus 0.10, we click on images, you will this is not Baldi's Basics plus 0.10. Again, this is not the thing I'm looking for. Hold up. Okay, because I couldn't find a good image and start page, I opened up YouTube. So as you can see here, the notebooks, it has a cool icon instead of saying, 0 out of 10 notebooks. So I want to kind of replicate something like this, but instead, have a score thing. And what I want to do exactly when I, say, make an icon, I kind of want to do like a bullseye. Alright, I feel like a bullseye is gonna be cool. So let's get a new desktop here, and then let's just open Krita, and then we can try to see something here. I'll probably how much should we make this? Let's do 512. Why not? Let's do 512. Should be nice. Come on, create. Okay. So here it is. When I have obviously transparent background, and then pick red, and yeah, I think that we could just do this probably. I don't know how to make a, there it is. Okay. Yeah, making circles is kind of difficult, but I think that I just have to like that. I think. No, what? This that is so bad. That is so bad. What? Oh, come on. Krita is supposed to have an unlimited barrier and an unlimited canvas size, and it's only limited. You are supposed to only limit it, but I think that's good, I guess. I don't know why I picked 40 pixel size, but okay. We should probably just try to center it. This is so bad. Okay, I think that's good enough. I think that's centered enough to a point where I can reasonably say, hey, yes, that's good. Okay, what is going on? I've never actually used Krita in before, but it's yeah, okay. It's not like I would have a better way to deal with this in paint.net, but it's it's still annoying nonetheless. So here, just wanna do that, probably like this. I think that's good. I'm pretty sure that's it, right? Probably want to move it 1 pixel that way. That's centered now, and yeah, that's centered. So that's good. And then we probably just wanna find the center of the canvas, change the brush, probably make it a bit bigger, a bit. I think that's good. I think that's good, isn't it? That has to be good. And then we just color in these two, and we have a bullseye like this. So I think that's a good icon that we could definitely use for the thing. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get it into the desktop, into current projects, and then game dev. We're gonna call this score icon. Then we can just drag and drop this into the engine. So I think I can just. So where would we put this? I originally had everything in here, but I feel like that's kind of messy. So let's just create a new folder called this textures, and then just move this in here. Perfect. Okay. Now we need to figure out how to add the images to the canvas size, because I've never done that before. If we go in the canvas, you can see I have two things, and then there's the game over, which is disabled by default. We're just gonna delete this, and then we're gonna go here, and I don't remember, is it 2D objects or is UI? I think it's UI, and then we go probably image. That looks good, I think. Probably move that. Can I just drag and drop this, please? Yes, it's perfect. It's perfect. Look at it, it's so blurry. I could probably make it a bit bigger. Please tell me it doesn't become more blurry. I don't actually know how to scale this. That should probably be a problem. And then we could probably move this in there. I don't think that Unity has anchors, so I think that I could just leave it like this and this should probably work. Let's take a look. Okay, yeah, that works still, but it's like, okay. Okay, guys, is this a W addition? I think it makes it look better. I think it definitely does look better that way. I don't know. We can... Okay, so that was one thing I wanted to do. Now, so I guess that just... Okay, we need a way to mark this. But because we're still like immature, I could probably like draw a dick. Like this. But it's like... are we that immature to do that? Probably not. Let's be the bigger person here and just do a check mark. But how do I do a check mark? Can I just get check mark symbol? Can I just get one of these and then just like copy it? Ain't reading all that, bro. So bad, so bad. Reject all, there we go. took me long enough. Okay, let's just... Okay. How do you save without exiting? I don't think you can save without exiting. I think I might just be blind. But I don't think you can save without exiting. So we probably just wanna do this and we're just gonna be filling up the terminal like that. Okay. So, next step, I wanna add a background. Is this an essential thing? Probably not. But hey, if it gets the game going, it gets the game going. So let's go back to Krita and just get back into designing. So we can delete this and then just up the canvas size. But actually, I don't really feel like upping the size. What I'll instead be doing, so I'll go in the desktop, video related, and then go into material, images, NFTs, and then go into normal. Because this is already by itself like really good. And what I can do is I can get rid of Mr. Historian here. Just totally, we can do that. And then we can just yeet. Oh, come on now. Threshold. Haha. Haha. That looks so creepy. That looks so creepy. Okay. Chup. Why? Okay. And then we can do this. I don't actually know why I'm doing that, because I'll wanna anyways extend the sky. I don't know if that's how a sky... Why does it look so bad? I don't know if it's on my screen, but it just looks bad. Okay, we can do this. And then I'll get rid of the sun, because obviously... Or should I have a sun that like moves really slowly? Because, you know, the sun is gonna be moving slowly. This looks like an egg, so I'll anyways have to resize it. I mean, to redesign it. The cloud is so peak. You gotta give me that. Isn't the cloud like actually like peak? No? Okay. So let's first of all get rid of this, just have this as a background. I know it's very, very basic, but this is a prototype game, so I don't care. I'll be calling this background. Okay, bring back the cloud now. And we can go into textures. Why did I close my thing? Game dev. There we go. Probably just put it in there for convenience. We can drag and drop. Now, I have a question. Can just drag... You literally can just drag and drop this. Okay, that's beautiful. Now, how do we move this? I forgot. Aha. Okay. We can then... Fish. I keep forgetting. I think this... I keep misremembering that this is not Blender. And there are different shortcuts, which are identical to the ones that other engines use. But, you know, let's just take a look at this. It's probably not going to show anything because I just realized I'm so dumb. I'm so dumb. Behind everything. Put it behind everything. And then let's see. Right, I forgot. Okay, so basically, despite Unity, despite this being 2D, the thing is actually 3D still, like, because that's how Unity works. So I'd probably have to move this back, and then go back to 2D, and then if I do this, nothing should change because it's 2D, but at the same time, isn't it beautiful? Okay. We are so cooking, except for the image. Why is the image not showing? Please tell me that I didn't accidentally delete it. That would be so sad. What happened to the image? What happened to the image? For real though, what happened to the image? Did it get replaced because I like drag and dropped this, or did it? Huh? Okay, then I do not know, and I could not care less. Perfect, big. This is so big. Okay, now because this actually looks kind of ugly, I mean, I think everybody can agree that this kind of looks ugly. We're gonna be changing the sprite to a darker color, so I'll have to. So do I just decrease the brightness? Can I do that? Please tell me I can do that. Probably this. What in the world is that? Delete. Can we delete this? Can we delete this? Uh-oh. That is how you decrease the brightness. There we go. So we probably want some like this. Probably. And then get rid of this. And then chup. Move along. And then... You gotta be kidding me. I'm so used to Unreal Engine. How do you replace this? There's gotta be a way to import new asset, and then we can go into this. Oops. Here. Dude. What? Open containing folder. To replace it, can I just delete this from there and then just paste it again? Is that legal? Is that a legal move? I mean, it worked. I ain't complaining. It worked. Kinda feel like this made it uglier. Kinda feel like this made it uglier. Y'all, are we cooked? Are we cooked? Okay, sorry about that. Wait. I'm not even gonna like... Okay, let's try to like manually make it darker, because I feel like this is gonna be so bad. There. No, that's it. No, no, no. There, I think that maybe I switched the back accidentally. How do we, like, I have the two colors here, but I do not know how to switch these. There was like a shortcut that you could like mirror this, but I think I changed that. Okay, how about that? How about that? We have this in here, so we can take the color, and then we can make this white, and then we can. You are a little. Do that. So we have like a pixel this color, and then make this red, and then yeet, and then take this. Yeet it here, and then please tell me somebody like if there is an easier way to do this, but I think that this is how I'm gonna do this. At the end of the day, I think this actually looks worse. Let me take a look at this. I mean, this is, I don't know why it's purple in the original thing. Can we do that? Undo. Okay, I think I'm just gonna keep this. That means we have to once again open. Oops. We have to once again open the containing folder. And then delete, paste, and then open again, and this should. So this should theoretically be what we're looking for. Yeah, that looks good. I think that looks good. Okay. Now, because I know a lot of you are gonna be screaming at me, hey, you haven't actually done anything yet. And you'd be right to question my logic. The thing is, I'm not actually sure how I'm gonna make the clouds. Oops. I'm thinking now. Okay, let's create a cloud here. So how much do we want? I think that the cloud could take like about this much of screen space. So we can soup, and then we can just do the classic. Oops. Okay, yeah, that is not happening. You need the reference image for this. You're gonna be searching up a cloud. Yeah, look at this. Isn't this beautiful, guys? Are we literally just gonna have the same cloud over and over and over again? Maybe I need like 4 different like cloud sprites. Yeah, that'd probably be a smart idea. Okay. For now, let's create a single one, and then we can. I am not seeing shit. Wow. So sad. Anyway, how has your day been? You people all. You know who I'm talking to? Like, to the people that I haven't actually caught up in like a while, because I know nobody's actually gonna be watching this except like for the real ones. So how you guys been? How's your life? Haha. I literally cannot see anything. Isn't this a big cloud? Isn't this big cloudness? No, that's too dark. That's still too dark. That's okay. Yeah. So, yeah, I think that looks cool. Do not ask why I'm doing shadows and shit like that. I don't even know. I think this looks cool though. So we're just gonna have this into cloud 1, and then let's create more. But yeah, if you guys are wondering, I have been living under a rock lately. But that is to say that I'm not really catching up with anything that's going on, and like the world, and you know, all of you, and yeah, I'm kind of sad. Not that I feel sad in like a sense. Everything's going so poorly. No, I'm actually doing like really decently. I don't really have the motivation to do anything. So doing this actually is like a good refreshener to get me back on track. Not really onto game dev, though I would love to bring back some cancelled projects, like George Davis, maybe one day. I have some like cool and original ideas. I wanna bring them back, but you know, I need to first of all learn Unity. So, yeah. So that's Cloud 2 for you. Can we delete? Okay. What other clouds should we get? That's a very cool one. That's a very cool one right there. I'm gonna be getting this. If you're wondering, I'm using Starpage as my browser. I think some of you probably have noticed. I think it's a great browser because it's basically like Google, but it literally is Google, but like without like the tracking bits. And yeah, I think everybody needs to be aware of their privacy and shit because yeah, in this day and age, when everything can be monitored, it's good to have some sense of security, you know. Sorry, privacy. These are different things. To give you an example of how these are different, Google Chrome is considered to be one of the most secure browsers out there, but it's obviously literally spyware. So, yeah. I would still recommend it. I would not actually recommend Chrome to like literally anybody. Like even people who don't care about their privacy. Like there are better alternatives. People like Edge runs faster and it's overall much better at doing its job than frigging Chrome. Like you could use Brave. Brave is also fast and secure, and it's also a lot of work. I use on Google Chromium because it's not really the most private browser because it doesn't do a lot out of the box, but I've configured it in a way where it's okay. There are certainly better browsers I could be using, but I'm not that maniac about it. Like I care about my privacy to an extent, you know, because at that point I should just be using Tor and browsing the dark web anonymously and type shit, but I don't feel like using Tor because I still use YouTube, I still use a lot of these stuff, and it's, you know, you can't use YouTube and then pretend that you care about privacy. That, like, you care about privacy in a way like that, how's it called? Like, you care about privacy, right? Like, you want to be private, but you can't be like, okay, I'm using Tor, all my communication is going through Signal and shit, and then your default like your default website, like the website you visit like all day, is like YouTube. Like you cannot be doing this. I think that because like I have YouTube, I do care about my privacy to like a point where I think that it's functionable, but it's like to a point where it's like it becomes inconvenient to use. I feel like it's just not okay to use. Like, I feel like I wouldn't want to use the Tor browser. I wouldn't want to use browsers that make my life hard. I just want to use browsers that protect your privacy and they are easy to use. Which is why I'm using Google Chromium, because I don't like Brave due to all the crypto shit. Like I don't trust Brave. Not that it's not a good browser. I just won't personally use it. And then you obviously have other alternatives like LibreWolf and Firefox. Hardened Firefox. Default Firefox is spyware. I would not recommend default Firefox to anybody. If you use some settings to harden it up, then yes, use Firefox. Or just use LibreWolf if you just don't feel like setting everything up. LibreWolf is basically just like Firefox, but like hardened. I would recommend LibreWolf to people that are okay with using Mozilla-based browsers. I'm not okay personally with using Mozilla, because when you're trying to protect against Google, when you're trying to protect yourself against Google, because Google is obviously doing everything it can to spy on you and stuff. It, it's kind of dumb to go after a browser that literally receives 80% of its funds by Google, because the default browser in Firefox is Google, and Google pays millions to maintain that. Because obviously Firefox could very easily change that, but funding from Google, and that changes things. So that's the reason why I don't use Firefox, because I don't really want my browser to be controlled by Google. I want a browser that's made by Google, because Google dominates, but it's also free of spyware. And the reason why I'm using on Google Chrome is because of this exact reason. It receives funds from Google because it's on Google. It's because it's Chromium, but it's not indirect. It's literally Google's project, Chromium. Just like Android, if you have a Googled Android custom ROM, like I have Lineage OS, which doesn't have any Google in it, because I didn't bother installing anything. It's basically Android, which is run and maintained by Google without Google. So I think that it's a really good way to keep yourself private, whilst also not needing to worry about like future collapse of like Firefox, because the way I see it, Firefox is not really reliable right now, at least from what I understand, and I wouldn't really want to use that. I was using LibreWolf until like a month ago. I switched to on Google Chromium after I figured out how to install it via Flatpak, because I was trying to build it from source, and it didn't want to do that. Like it was breaking all the time. So then I gave up and downloaded it from Flatpak, and it's working. You have to trust a third party to maintain this, but it's working. I would recommend this. But anyway, that's basically it, guys. For the clouds. Yes, this whole time I was going to make clouds, and then I started on going onto this rant because I wanted to make the sprites. So now that I have the sprites, and you can see this, I can just import them. Isn't this beautiful? Isn't this beautiful? Okay, so here's how this is gonna be done. We're gonna be using a script to spawn in the clouds. So, and then we're gonna have a script that moves them. Now, if this seems familiar to something, then we're in luck, because I won't actually have to program anything. I just have to copy some code. Of course, right now it's not a good practice to copy paste code, like the same code onto everything, because in case you want to change it and stuff. But guess who doesn't give a flying crap? Okay, we're gonna be going into here. I'm gonna create a new folder, make this clouds, and then create a new script. Fuck, I forgot how to do that. Oops. Okay, let's do empty. We're gonna call this cloud. Is this gonna be cloud mover or cloud spawner? Let's do the cloud spawner first, and then we can do stuff. So here we're gonna do is we're gonna add component, and we're gonna do cloud spawn script. Click this and then create an add. And obviously what we're going to be doing this is we're going to be making it inside the clouds and then in here. Wait for it to compile real quick. This shouldn't take too long. And ta-da! This should now open in Visual Studio, and here we have everything that we need. Okay, I just ate lunch. Sorry about this abrupt cut, and we're back. Now, as I said before, we have now the cloud script, which is going to spawn the stuff, and then here I have the pipes, which I can look at the code, and I can kind of show you what we're going to be doing. So, The first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna remove these comments because I never really liked them in the first place. So we can. I literally cannot see anything. Wait, I need to close my fucking windows, bro. So the first thing that we're going to be doing is we're going to be wanting to set up the timer. So the way we do this is, I'm pretty sure I've shown how to do this. So in like the previous engine, which I'm not going to name. Of course I'm calling it Unreal Engine, obviously, but yeah. We're going to create a public. Now, we're either going to do a float or a double. Typically want to go with float. And then we're gonna, what we're gonna call this, we're gonna call this timer, and this is gonna be equal to 0, and then we're gonna add the quotation marks to end the code. So here we're gonna start with a timer of 0, and yeah, let's just do here. Let's create, the timer actually should not be public. This should just be a float. What we want to do though is we want to create a public variable, and here we're going to call this is going to be what way do we need this? So this is going to be a boolean. No, this is going to be a float again, right? This is going to be, I'm trying to think on how I want to do this exactly, but I don't know how this is called. I forgot what I wanted to call this. I guess like spawn rate. I don't know. It's gonna be 0 by default, or no? Well, how quickly do we want them to spawn? Probably 3. Why not? In a rate of 3. I don't know what this 3 represents. Seconds, probably. And then on the void update, which is basically like an event take, it just fires every take, every single frame. We can do an if statement. If timer is bigger than the spawn rate, we're going to be opening new quotation marks here. I'm going to do this. Here else, we can do that. So, on else, we just want to do timer equals timer plus time dot delta time times, I don't know, 3 maybe. I had 3 on the previous script, but yeah. So this is basically saying that if the timer is less, because this says else, so this says if the timer is more than the spawn rate, then fire this code, which I haven't written anything here. And if that's not true, then just add more to the timer, so it should just do this. And then here what we want to do is just want to spawn, we wanted to essentially just spawn the thing. So here we're just going to do timer equals 0, and then let's create a new event. So here we're going to do call void, that's an event, and this is going to be spawn cloud. Then we can add this, choop, and there. So now we have a new event, which we can then fire spawn cloud. Sorry, wrong thing. And there it is. So here this should just start spawning clouds. Now the question is, how do we spawn the clouds? Well, there's a thing here called instantiate, I'm pretty sure. And I already forgot how to do this. So we're going to be looking at the previous script. The reason why I'm not copy pasting this is because I want to actually learn how to do this. So here you can see this has instantiate pipe. Then this is the position. The position, yes. Transform dot rotation. Okay. Vector 3 transfer to. Okay, I see. This creates a very interesting thing. Wait a minute. Okay, yeah, this is the Y value and then this is the Z. Okay. Okay, yeah. I'm saying a lot. I don't know why, but yeah. Let's go. So instantiate. Here what we're gonna do is we're gonna do cloud. Oh. I'm dumb. I'm actually so dumb. Quickly. So can I just... How do I... What is this? What's this? What's this? A prefab asset. Can I just create a new prefab asset here? How do we... Wait, I forgot. This, just, can we just like drag and drop this? Can I just do... prefab? No. I keep forgetting how to do this. I haven't used Unity in over 2 weeks. And I already forgot everything. That sucks. Do I just maybe like click replace? But if I click replace, then that just tells me to replace it. And I don't really want to do that. I wonder if I have to click this and it... No. Wait a minute. What is going... I figured it out. Okay. I didn't even need to Google anything. Start page it. Okay. So this is just gonna be cloud. So can I just open this? Yes, it's like an actor in UE4. Then we can just drop this. And then we can just set its position and everything. And then this is gonna be -10 by default. Because we do not want this to interfere with anything. Perfect, yo. And then we're gonna create code that randomizes it later. But until then, we can go back to the scene. And theoretically now, if we go back to the code, we can do instantiate cloud. What is going on? Why? Maybe I need to compile somehow. Like, just do a quick save. Why did I even put this? Why did I put it inside a bird? Get out! Where did I put it? Please tell me I didn't put it inside the textures. I put it inside the textures. That's so funny. Can we just move this? Oh, this would be unthinkable in Unreal. What happened to my cursor, yo? So here we have it, but I called it cloud. So can we just do instantiate cloud? Where's the cloud? Where's the cloud? I'm just gonna let it. No, it tells me I cannot do this. I cannot do this. I cannot do this. What is going on? Oh! We are frigging retarded. Okay, I realize what's going on. This can take much longer to fix than you might realize. So essentially, you cannot actually do what I was trying to do. What I would have to do is I'd have to do public. I'm pretty sure I'd have to do game object. And then... No. It's not game object, is it? It's public... Pipe. Game object. Yes, it is game object. So here we have to go public game object and then pipe. So you have to just type cloud like this. And then this somehow has to be set. What? But this is the pipe spawn script now. Excuse me. I'm kind of confused. It says here pipe vector 3. Yes, but how does it know what type it is? Pipe spawn. This should be in the pipe script. Here. Pipe. Oh, you can drag and drop it. Okay, gotcha. Yeah, you can do this. Okay. that makes it so much easier. I thought I would have to establish communication between like two different classes. I don't know what I was thinking exactly, but okay. Anyway, now we should be able to instantiate and then do cloud, do a comma, and then typically here you would want to do a 3 vector, so vector 3, and then I'm pretty sure you just open a parenthesis here. We do transform dot x, transform dot location, transform dot position dot x, comma, and then here we're gonna be putting the actual thing, and then here it's gonna be -10, and then here it's gonna be transform dot rotation, and that, end quote. So the reason why this is giving me an error is because I have this as a how's it called, empty, but we're not trying to focus on that at the moment. We want to first of all make sure the timer is set to 0 so that it starts all over again, and then I'm pretty sure that's it, because as you can see here it sets random points and stuff. Very interesting. I'm pretty sure that should just instantiate pipe. Oh wait, it doesn't. Oh, I put the thing. I think that makes sense. I don't think that we want to do this. It just says spawn cloud, so I already put timer equals 0. I'm so fucking stupid. I'm so dumb. Okay. So here we want to do the random thing. So how do you even do this again? Random.range. Okay. Random.range. That's it. And then here you put the 2 ranges. So what is the highest and lowest point this could spawn? Let's just create 2 new floats. This is so big, isn't it? Wait, what? Oh, okay, we just get the... Okay. For some reason, my brain cannot comprehend how the script is separate from the actor itself, because in my Unreal Engine brain, the event graph is always packeted with the actor. Like, even if your actor doesn't have a script, the event graph is still there. Here you have to create the script, and I'm getting confused because I think that the script is separate from the actor when it's the same thing. That's what's confusing me here, and the reason why I'm not able to function properly. So let's do a float, highest point. Wait, what? How did you... Okay, whatever, I could not care less. Equals transform dot position dot y plus, and then here we want to create a new variable, public float offset equals 0. I don't know what the offset is gonna equal. Just do offset, and then we can just do the same thing, lowest point, and then transform dot position dot y negative offset, and then just do that. Then here all we can do is we can just do highest point, comma, lowest point, and that should be it. Why are we getting an error? Non-invective member cannot be used as method. What? Can we take a look at this again, please? Because I kind of forgot. What were we doing? New. You want a new vector 3. There you go. I don't know what. Vector 3. There we go. So that's it covered now. to organize this a little bit, all I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna leave one line here. And that should theoretically just spawn the clouds. However, I'm not gonna be testing this at the moment. Or maybe I just should. Just give like a 10 here and then. Maybe. I don't know. Yeah, no, I don't think it's ready because what is the cloud spawner even? Wait. Like the pipe spawner, I have it like there. So I'm going to assume. Okay, so I have this. It doesn't actually spawn anything. Should that be concerning? Should it like not immediately like spawn something? Timer equals 0 if the timer is more than the spawn rate. In this case it's not, and else delta times 3 spawn cloud, and then spawns cloud instantiate cloud. Maybe it's because it's -10. Oh yeah, we want the background to be like, yeah, the wait. No, that doesn't make any freaking sense then. That doesn't make any freaking sense. Let's put the background like negative like 1,000, so like you can't actually see anything. And then just make this 10. I'm pretty sure that should work now. I'm pretty sure that should work. Because I don't actually know. Wait. Huh? Okay. Okay. Yeah. Okay. It's working. It's working. It's working. Okay. That's amazing. Yeah. I was so confused for a second. I thought that the script was broken and I was gonna be sad. Let's see how much I'm recording. Oh, it's almost an hour. Amazing. And we still have. I mean, to be fair, I'm not gonna do this on screen. I'll just like pause the video, find an open source music app, and then try to make a level theme. We'll probably not make a victory thing today then, because I wasted enough time already. Okay, so now we want to make the pipe, the cloud move. Here's the thing. I don't actually know how this is getting set into like the pipe. So maybe, just maybe, this already has a screen built into. Okay, yeah, you can have a script built into the actor. It still baffles me by the fact that I have to do this to add a new script. You do this. It's throwing me off so badly. It's throwing me off so badly. I still haven't wrapped my head around that. Now we have a script here for the cloud. Okay. I need to just make a move now. I want to go to sleep so badly. It's almost 3 p.m. No, I need to go to sleep. I'm obviously joking. I just want to upload this, and I don't know how much it's gonna be. Damn, 90% RAM. I just realized that 70%. It's 69. We're the same thing. That is crazy. That is crazy. 11 gigs. This whole thing, because I'm recording, and then you also have Unity running at max capacity, which is insane. But okay. Let's see what we can do. So we want this to move in a specific direction. So I'm going to assume that you have all of these. We can just, since this is not gonna have a game over screen, because the clouds are still gonna be coming in when it game overs, because they are clouds. They're supposed to do that. I'm pretty sure the background, the bottom spikes stop too, but the clouds are not gonna stop moving. If you catch my drift, because like even if you're still, the clouds still move. Because the way this is made is it's not the bird moving. I haven't actually explained this yet. The bird is not the thing that's moving. It's the spikes, the pipes, and then the spikes on the top are moving to this direction, like here. They're moving here, like this. And when they're being moved like this, it gives the illusion that the bird is moving, even though the bird is stagnant. And the spikes are moving. Like, you can see how they move. And the bird is not actually moving or anything. And then these are getting generated and stuff. This is how most scroller games work, like Geometry Dash and shit. But that's the point. So when you want to make something move, you don't actually make the bird move. You make that thing move. Which, come to think of it, this is a really stupid thing, because you have to make everything move when you could have just made one thing move and then the camera along with it. But that is a problem that I don't feel like tackling, so we can just code. Okay, as you can see, I'm still a very beginner. That's why all of these things are happening the way they are. So we have float. Just give me move speed. What should this be? Like 5? They're clouds. Public float. Death equals -15. Just like the pipes. I won't really bother much with that. And then I think on void start we don't actually have anything, which is cool. And then if game over, transform dot position. So you can see this. It just adds left moving speed. That's so confusing. Why is there a left? What if transform speed x more than 5 that? Oh, okay, that's really easy then. We can do this. We can just do on event update transform. Can I just do transform dot position dot x? No, that is kind of stupid, because what I was thinking on doing is transform dot position dot x equals transform dot position dot x. Cannot modify the return value of, because it's not available. Okay, so you have to do transform dot position dot. Yeah, you have to do that. Okay, you have to mess around with this to like figure out how to do stuff. So vector 3 here, probably new vector 3. Sorry, oops, new vector 3, and then here we're gonna do that left. Sorry, why did I add a new here? We don't want to do this. We just want to do times move speed. And then what we do at the end is time delta times, oops, times time delta delta time. The reason why we are doing this at the end is because if you don't do that, then depending on the FPS, the clouds could move faster or slower, depending on depending on the situation, which depending on the FPS, sorry, which can be a bit problematic. Here we can do if transform dot position dot x cannot implicitly convert type float to bool. Well, you do equals. Sorry, you don't want to do equals. This gonna be death. Oops. There we go. Destroy game object. I'm pretty sure that you do game object. Yes. So now, to explain a little bit about this, it's just if the transform is less than death, aka if it surpasses -15, destroy the game. Destroy the game. No, I'm not doing that. Come to think of it, I haven't actually recorded the video of me beating the null boss fight, which is kind of crazy, but okay. That is so goofy. What is going on? Okay. This is so bad. Oh, okay. Right. Let's put it at the same extent as the pipe spawner. Can I just do copy and then click on this and click paste? I mean, you could do that in UE4, yes. And then the pipe spawner, the spawn offset was 2. The spawn offset was 2 and I put it to 10. That is so evil. Let's see. Well, there are a few issues here. There are a few issues here. So yes, we want to put this to like 5. And then the spawn rate, we want to make it bigger. So like, let's do 10. And also, here on the event start, let's just do spawn cloud. Because it's just gonna be easier to work with if it spawns at the beginning. Yeah, and also it seems that, wait, the bird is 0. If the thing is 10, maybe I need to put a -10 then. Maybe I need to put a -10 and I'm just stupid. Now, if they do not spawn, we know what happened, but I don't think they're not gonna spawn. I just realized something, the background is gone. Okay, that sucks. Yeah, we wanna make this like 20, and then bring this back to 10. Oops, that's so bad. I forgot to save and compile. Ha ha ha. Please, 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 please. Why do you have to do this to me? Why are you going below the floor? God. Okay. Again, this can be fixed. The situation is salvageable. We can move that there. The spawn offset is now too much. We probably want to do that. Now, the question is, why in the flying things is this? Maybe like just like move it there. It's like move it there. But it's like like that. Yeah. It's like maybe. They're spawning with the pipes now. That is so funny. I have an idea. Transform dot position dot z. Big idea, I know. Okay. I need to make the offset a bit smaller. Probably like 4. And then we need to change the spawn rate to be random. Because this is so bad. Dude, what? Why is it... What is going on? Can we... Can we dissect this? As to what is going on, what the issue seems to be? This is -10. Yes, I know this is -10, but why does it spawn it at -10? Can you not just... If I... Yeah, look, that was good, but I... Why do you spawn it at -10? What is going on? What's this obsession with -10? Maybe it's at the move rate. This is the pipe. Sorry. Oh, here it is. Wait. Yes, I was changing the cloud spawn script. I thought that this is the cloud script. This is moving. Then you have this. Transform that position equals transform that new vector 3 and just do transform that position that x comma transform that position that y transform that position. No, we're just gonna do 10 or 5, I guess, and just end it like that. Is an ambiguous reference to Unity 3. Vector 3. Vector 3. Vector 3 is an ambiguous. I'm going to choke you. What in the hell? New vector 3 transform that position that x trains. The thing is, right, I cannot even do transform that position to z equals, because apparently cannot modify the value of transform that position because it's not a variable. So if I just, what in the heck did I just do? Please forgive me. What happened? So did this just break? Did I just break this? What do you mean by that? Since it's like a vector thing, and we can do this is hurting my brain. And then we can do transform that position, that move speed, and here we can just do the regular move speed, but it tells me that maybe I have a different UI element in here. I am about to end it all. If I just remove that, everything is suddenly gonna be okay. Okay. That means that theoretically we should be able to also do the thing I just tried to do like literally like 3 seconds ago. So it automatically adds these up top, so it breaks if I transform that position, that transform that position, new vector 3 bore, and then here you can do transform that position that x comma transform that position that y, and then here just do 10 or 5 and 5, and then you can just save. Please let this work. I am having second thoughts. Why? I don't understand. Why do you spawn them damn clouds? And to those, to you saying I need to also make them randomized, please shut your bitch ass up, because why do I not know how to move in Unity, bro? What is going on? Okay, so theoretically I'm trying so hard. This is -10. Why are you -10? Why are you being... wait, no. Instantiate cloud, new transform. I know, I figured it out. This has to be it. 5. This has to be it. Please. This is it. Yes. Peak. This is peak gaming. All my things, bro. All of my things. We can now get rid of this because it's not needed. Yes. Okay. Okay, that was it. Ah. Okay. I'm visibly shaken right now. I cannot believe this actually worked. Oh my. Okay. Let's make this 5 and watch what I'm gonna do. Idea. Here we're gonna do we're gonna create a new void. Okay, we're gonna create a new void. Down here we're gonna do void randomize time, and then do this. And the way we're gonna do this is we're gonna be using the offset, so the spawn rate. Here we're gonna be doing we're gonna be creating 2 variables. It's gonna be actually we're gonna create a vector float, vector2 the spawn rate. I'm just gonna do like that, okay? And we're gonna be doing vector2, and then here the way you do this is via commas and shit. So we're gonna be doing this is not what I wanted. The spawn rate should not be public. What we want is a float that's gonna be distance, and this one's gonna equal 5, and this one's gonna be public. And what's gonna happen is that with this distance you're gonna be setting the thing. So here the vector2 rate is gonna be equals how do we are so cooked, everybody. Okay, so here what we can do, I'm pretty sure we can just open a parenthesis and just do distance minus 2. No, I want the variable distance my brain. I am going to explode. Can we just random that range distance minus 2 comma distance plus 2 comma distance minus 2. There. Are we happy with this? And then I can just do, I'm pretty sure I can just do spawn rate equals, and that should theoretically just randomize it. Wait, I need to remember. It's highest and lowest point. Yeah, highest and lowest point. So I'm just gonna try this. Please let this work. I'm so tired. I don't think this worked. Oh yes, of course it didn't work. Of course it didn't work. Let's not be dumb here. This sets the spawn rate only once. Once the timer resets and it spawns a cloud, this should also randomize time. So theoretically now this should, if we are lucky, spawn them at different intervals. Why? What did I do wrong? Thankfully, in the pipe script, we have a randomizing code. If specific time equals false, spawn seconds equals random range. This is literally what I did. And then in here you do this. Spawn pipe lowest highest point. Aha, so randomized time spawn in seconds, and then you have timer spawn in seconds. I cannot believe this. I actually cannot believe this. So I am losing my mind. No, for real though. I'm trying to kind of figure this out, and I don't understand what I'm doing wrong, because this distance thing should work. It should change then the spawn rate, and then this should then translate. But what is distance equal to? So, what did I do in this? Range.spawn.y. Range of spawn. Screw off. So I did this with a vector to float, but I don't know, man. Should I just, you know what? Since that works, we can just do the same thing, right? Like public vector 2, and then just we're gonna call this range, I guess. I do not know. Okay. So we're gonna do range.x, range.y. And then the spawn rate, we don't want this. We don't want the spawn rate to have a default value. So yes, we can get rid of the distance now, because we don't need it. And in the cloud spawner, we can move these. So theoretically, if I put this to say 3 and then this to 8, they shouldn't spawn too frequently, but they shouldn't spawn at the same freaking interval. What happened there? Yes, okay, that worked. It looks mad ugly because I'm pretty sure. So I know what is wrong here, and essentially I could technically fix it, but this can take so long. I don't really feel like doing that right now. So instead, let's just make this like 4.3. And probably delete the spawn cloud at the start. I forgot to compile. I didn't delete the spawn cloud at the start. I want to delete this one. Okay, so as you can see, this is peak. Like, this is actually like so peak. I'm obviously making a parody myself right now. This is not peak, but you know, we can deal with this. Let's see. Can we sprite? Let's see what we can do with the sprite. Sprite renderer. I think this one's it. And can we just set it to be equal to something like cloud too? Sprite renderer this type, but it's used as variable. Okay. I needed to figure out how to set the sprite of the cloud. Right? Since the cloud, well, this one has the moving thing, right? So we probably don't want to do this in the spawn script, but rather in the cloud script. Let's do sprite again. Let's see. So here we have cloud. Yeah, okay, so this is cloud 1.0. Cloud 1.0. No, we cannot take it as a reference. Sucks. Can we not set the sprite renderer? Sprite renderer equals cloud 1.0. Okay, yeah, I just realized something. This is gonna include the stuff that I haven't actually learned yet on how to do. That is like arrays and other stuff which I'm not quite sure how to do yet, like arrays and shit. So I'm just gonna ignore that. What in the world? Oh, that's the camera. Never mind. Wait, what? Yeah. So I am kind of confused. But did I get the clouds to work? Yes. Okay, trust. I got the clouds to work. Maybe it's not the most beautiful thing in the world, but it is something. That means I can also go here and just like spawn in a bunch of clouds. And since they're gonna have the script, I can always like do that. I'm pretty sure at least. Yeah, but these are not random, so the like the first like 4 are gonna be like interesting bunches. And then the clouds look so fake, by the way. I cannot put my head around this. Okay, I want them to also spawn more frequently. So yeah, let's try. Let's try like 5 and then just set the spawn offset to 4 because they now clip through the ground. Yeah, I think it's realistic that. What is the chance of that to happen? That looks so fake, bro. I'm trying to like kind of figure out what's going on. I'm pretty sure the reason why this looks so fucking bad is because they have the same sprite, and I also realized something. This is not supposed to have. I don't know how to explain this properly. Can I just wait? Can I just open containing folder and then just edit it directly from here? Please tell me I can do that. Please tell me I can do that. Krita, why are you taking so long to open? Nah, there's a bird that sounds like the freaking advanced education one outside my room. Help. Okay, I'm actually kinda interested to see if this is gonna work. Okay, so here's the infamous cloud. Can I just change the opacity like this? Or I don't think that's how that works. That just nope. I know there is a filter that you can use to change the opacity, but I might be stupid right now and I'm not seeing it. Okay, wait. We are so back. I'm cooking right now. So it is adjust filter curve, or just curves, I guess. Then you switch the channel to alpha, and then you can change it like this. So what I want to do is I just want to like half, or even possibly put it to 100, and then just save. I think this is gonna look less fake and much more reliable. It still looks kinda fake. It still looks kinda bad. I don't know why. I just can't put my finger around it, you know. Open with Krita. I just want to make it look a bit good. That's all I want to do. Make it look a bit good, and then I'm just gonna like head out, because I don't think we're gonna be changing the sprites and doing the stuff, because it's already been a long while. Change this to alpha. Put it like maybe 50. Did I not change the correct one? Open containing folder. Delete that. Copy this. Paste. Yeah, this may look better, like on 50 opacity. Yeah. Yeah, okay, I'm happy with that. I think that looks okay-ish. Let me know what you guys think, though. Does this game look good? I'll probably make another video, like, soon or later, about making music and the victory lap, but for now I think that this is mission accomplished with the background. I didn't really change the sprites because I need to figure out how arrays work. I kinda have already done that, but like, let's be honest here, I'm not very good at this. If I'm able to locate the script, I'll show you, but I don't know. I think it was in the bird script actually. Yeah, it was here. So you can see how I have a pipe script. It just generates an array. This is, I'm pretty sure, an array of pipe scripts, and then it says all pipes, and then it just says equals find object of type pipe C, and then just for each loop pipe script pipe and blah blah blah. Essentially just creates a bunch of stuff here, and it's a for each loop, but I don't really know how that works, like exactly, so I can't really say for sure. But for now I'm just gonna head out. I'm gonna thank you for watching regardless, if you actually watch the whole thing, and yeah, I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.